Alright, what's up everybody out there? How y'all doing? Alright, it's a strong style here. Alright. The Monarch deck now. My favorite deck out of the whole entire game. If you were to consider your number one deck, and you could only play one deck out of the whole entire game, what would be your number one deck? For me, the Monarchs. I love it. The Monarch deck is a tributed deck, particularly the best tributed deck out of the whole entire game. It's very fun. This came in there is a structure deck of the Monarchs. You don't play an extra deck with the Monarchs. What you're gonna be doing, and pretty much like, let's say a weapon. The main weapon for Monarchs is stopping your opponent from playing from the extra deck. That's the main thing with the Monarchs. And yeah, how I have it now, it's completely way different. If you saw maybe about like a year ago or something like that, I did the Monarch deck. Of course, yeah. This is completely way different than the one I had way before. There's some tech cards in here that I put in to make it more fun, and it's more interesting. So, further ado, here we go. So then, you go with the Ether of the Heavenly Monarch. Now, is okay. Maybe a level 8, but you can tribute by 1 as long as you're tributing a tributed monster on the field. So, as long as you're tributing a tributed monster, you can do it by 1 tribute. Ether of the Heavenly Monarch. So then, what Ether does is you send away a magic or trap of different names from your deck into the graveyard. Then you special summon a 28, 1,000 defense, or a 24 attack and 1,000 defense from your deck onto the field. Special summon it, effects negated. End phase, that monster that you chose goes right back to your deck. Then it has another effect, which is you can, if this card is in your hand, you can banish a magic or trap of a Monarch from your graveyard. Immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon. You can tribute on your opponent's turn. Interesting what Ether of the Heavenly Monarch does. Now, only Ether can do it. I would go 2, not 3. I was doing 3 before, but now it's just 2. But I would still use 3 is Erebus. Erebus, still always 3. Now, Erebus, same thing, send away a magic or trap of different names into the graveyard. 2 different names. Now, Erebus, send away a magic or trap into the graveyard from your deck into the graveyard. Magic or trap, different names. Now, Erebus, hit one of your opponent's monsters in the graveyard, field, or in their hand. It gets shuffled right back. It's putting it right back. Here's the thing also. Erebus, on the text of it, it does not say targeting. It is not a targeting effect. So if you're playing this deck and you're playing Erebus, do not believe those players that say, oh, you cannot hit it. Yes, you can, because it does not say on the text here, target. It's not a targeting. Believe that. Don't think it's not targeting. Hit a card, does not target. Then since it's Monarch, my favorite Monarch out of all is Caius. My favorite one out of all. I love Caius. The Mega Monarch. So then, There is the original Caius, of course, tribute 1. And then, of course, the regular Caius or any of the monarchs, of course, they have the effect of doing something. Caius is banish 1 card on the field. Now, if you hit a dark monster, the regular Caius, take 1,000 points of damage to your opponent. Now, Caius the Mega Monarch is that Caius the Mega Monarch hit whatever card you want, your opponent takes 1,000 points of damage. If you hit a dark monster, so if you hit a monster and it's a dark, your opponent's gonna lose all the copies. They have to banish all the copies of what that monster that you chose. Now, if you tributed one of your monsters and it was a dark, you get 2 banishes. You can select up to 2. But for right now, it's just 1. And like the regular Caius, even if you hit one of the cards your opponent has, okay, you take nothing. Your opponent takes nothing. Then, of course, Mega Caius, no matter what, okay, this time you are going to give damage to them. And if you hit a dark, they're going to lose all the copies. So, for example, let's say you hit Dark Magician, your opponent's going to lose all the Dark Magicians. They have to banish all of them. Too bad you just can't hit a, like let's say it's just, like let's say is, okay, my goodness. I wish it could be like, Blue Eyes White Dragon and they lose all the Blue Eyes White Dragons. Nah, it's only a Blue Eyes White Dragon they lose. I wish you could, but no, it's not really. I wish you could, but no, not really. That's all my monarchs. So now then, the Vanities Fiend, thereby 1 tribute. Now, this is what gets interesting about the Vanities Fiend. Okay. When this card is on the field, cannot be special summoned. Now, here's the thing. Neither player can special summon monsters. You're going to lock your opponent from playing from the extra deck. One of them. Vanities Fiend, neither player can special summon monsters. But that doesn't really affect you because you're tribute summoning. You're not really special summoning. You're tribute summoning. Doesn't affect you a lot. Now, the Majesty's Fiend, same thing, cannot be special summoned. Monster effects cannot be activated. That includes you too, so just watch out. Now, okay, 24,000. 24,000, bring out? No, cannot be special summoned. So, Majesty you can't go for. What sucks that I hate is that Vanity's Fiend, okay, 24, but 1,200 defense? Yeah, Majesty's 24 attack and 1,000 defense. Vanity's 24 attack, 1,200 defense. I don't get why the hell they did that, but, that just sucks. 3 Vanities, 2 Majesties. Anti-Morph, right? Okay, a Pendulum. Anti-Morphrite. So then, you Pendulum. If you have no cards in your extra deck, except for Anti-Morphrite, so yeah, you're not playing an extra deck. This is what you do. You can destroy this card, then draw 1 card. So yeah, destroy, but it'll come back for that 1 turn. So you have an extra tribute. When it's gone, banished. This is what you want to use for a then just Mithra. Give yourself an extra monster, special summon it instantly, straight like that. In your hand. Special summon it. Give your opponent a token. An extra monster, straight like that. And then my last card for a monster. One Dark Arm Dragon. I love Dark Arm Dragon. My favorite dragon out of the whole entire game, to tell you the truth. But yeah, even if it's my... I'm mostly depending on the monarchs. But why not put in Dark Arm Dragon? 28,000, yes, but you cannot special summon him. I mean, yes, you can, but you must have exactly 3 darks in the graveyard. But it cannot be special summoned by, of course, you know, the, from Ether. 3 exact darks, special summon. And yeah, there you go. Dark Arm Dragon. Alright, so that's for the... Alright, so that's for the monsters. Magic cards now, okay. We'll go with the Tenacity. Your Searcher. Reveal. So then, reveal a magic. Reveal one monster from your hand with a 24 attack and 1,000 defense, or a 20 attack and 1,000 defense. Add one monarch spell trap card from your deck added to your hand. The Searcher. Only once per turn. The Draw Power, Pantheism. Send this card and a Magic Trap of a Monarch. So yeah, you draw power, draw 2 cards. Now, the other effect is only once per turn. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish it. Get 3 cards of whichever you want. Reveal it to your opponent. Your opponent has to choose one of those 3. The one that they chose goes to you. The other 2 go back to your deck. Shuffle. But the draw power is as many times as you want. If you have more copies. Now here's what we're talking about. I told you, what's the main weapon for Monarchs? It's Domain. Well, you have no cards in your extra deck, which you do not. You are the only player that controls a tributed monster. Then, your opponent cannot special summon from their extra deck. When you have Domain on the field, and you have a tributed monster on the field, your opponent cannot play from the extra deck. That's what it is. Get the idea? That's what you're doing. And then you can count this as an extra tribute. You can count this as 1 tribute. So it's like if you have Vanity's Fiend, count this as 1 tribute, Vanity's Fiend. And it is similar to Vanity's Fiend. No one can special summon. Domain, your opponent cannot special summon from the extra deck. They can only tribute summon. But who plays tributed? No one really plays tributed anymore. And when your opponent, and when you declare an attack, all monsters you declare an attack with, they'll gain 800 attack points more to declare an attack. Only when they attack. If you just have this on the field, no monsters, well then your opponent can. But that's the main weapon for Monarchs. You don't want your opponent to play cards from the extra deck. Because a lot of players, they don't play tribute summoning. They just depend on their extra... They just depend on playing from the extra deck. That's what you're doing. Storm Forth of the Monarchs. Once per turn, if you attribute a monster or monsters for attribute summoning, you can target one monster. So yeah, tribute one monster your opponent controls, and if you do, yeah, count this as your one tribute. Tribute. Here's the thing also, monarch on fourth, you're not targeting the monster. It's just hit. And then march and return. March, tributed summon monsters you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck. Tribute, Return of the Monarchs. It's like a search also. You cannot special summon monsters so then. Alright, so add one. So you tribute, you play one. As long as you're playing a tribute in, as long as you're tributing, you play a tribute. Search for any 24,000 of different names. So if you go Ether and you have return, then search for any. What sucks is you cannot search for Vanity's Fiend because it's 24, yes, but 12. But you can go for Majesty's Fiend, any other monarch, or remember 20, 1,000. You can even search for Dark Arm Dragon if you want to, because 28, 1,000. Dark Arm Dragon is 28, 1,000. My friend told me about this. Spell card soul exchange. This is just broken. You take control of all the monsters for how many tributes you have to for. So let's say you want to make a tribute of an 8. So what you can do is take control of 2 of my opponent. I can take away 2 control of my opponent's monsters. 2, right? So take away the 2. Play one of my monarchs. Immediately after this resolves, tribute summon one monster, and you can tribute monsters your opponent controls. Crazy, huh? I'll take control. Here's the thing also. Not targeting, because it does not say on here targeting. Crazy, huh? And then since you're tributing a lot, pot of dualities. Of course. Reveal the top 3. So yeah, if you're playing pot of duality, you cannot special summon when you play it. But what the hell? You're really just gonna be special summoning only one trap, and that's Prime of the Monarch. Only one trap, Prime. You do not want this in your hand. You do not want this in the field. You want to get this into the graveyard. So the main thing you want to do for what you want is Pantheism and Prime in the graveyard. That's the main thing you want to do with this. So that would be Erebus or Ether. So yeah, tribute, send away Prime, and send away move from play. This is what you can do. Here's my 3 I'm gonna give my opponent. Choose one. So they want to give me the middle Stormforth, the right Stormforth, or the left Stormforth. You can do that. So yeah, they have to give me one. Which one do they want to give me? You can do that. Which one do you want to give me? The shiny domain or just a regular domain? The main thing I would want to go with always, if I can. Okay, you go domain. March. And any... So let's just say Erebus. This is like the main combo you want to start off with. If you can get this already, start it off, you possibly almost have it right there. That's it. Because if they're going to Raigeki, okay, Raigeki stays. Tributed monsters you control cannot be targeted. Boom, right there. Remember, when this is on the field, your opponent cannot special summon from the extra deck. You can't either, but you're not playing an extra deck. And then just, yeah. It's just amazing what you got it right there. Domain, March, and then whatever posse you can do. And then if you can, yeah, just already get your searching. So then if you play, yeah, Ether. Here you go, Ether. And of course, yeah, they're going to try to Harpies, whatever, fine, gone. But then when you have Vanity's Fiend out, your opponent cannot special summon. You can't special summon either. There are only 5 times you're going to special summon. Ether, Darkheim Dragon, I think there's only 5. Mithra, Anti-Morphrite, and Prime. Now, what I did describe about Prime is, okay, when this is in your graveyard, is when it's in the graveyard, you can remove from play a magic card in your opponent's graveyard, put it onto the field as a token. This is the only time you're going to be special summoning. Special summon a monster. Special summon when you have 3 darks in your hand. I mean, 3 on the field. Well, 3 darks of different names. Special summon from your hand. Special summon, destroy, draw a card. Special summon from the graveyard. These are the only ways you're going to special summon. Everything else is tribute summoning. Look at that, and look how many decks you're going against, and they special summon like hell. That is the only time you're going to be special summoning with this deck. It's just crazy. So yeah, Soul Exchange, of course, yeah, just play your... Everything else is tribute summoning. I love this deck. It is just so awesome. What I was into before was the that's it. I love this deck. 6 Samurai was my main actual deck. But now since I got into the Monarchs, it's just so awesome. I just love the Monarchs. So then, yeah. That's the main thing about the monarchs. As long as you have a tributed monster on the field, your opponent cannot play from the extra deck. That's the main weapon for the monarchs. Do not let your opponent play from the extra deck. It doesn't affect you because you don't play an extra deck. That's it. And then with these monsters out like hell, and hopefully with your March of the Monarchs, it's not going to really affect you. And then, like I just said, special summoning. I just showed you only 5 ways you're going to special summon with this deck. Everything else is tribute summoning. And then with Domain on the field, your opponent can only tribute summon. But who really tributes summoning? They link, they synchro, they fuse. That's all special summoning, and special summoning from the extra deck. They can still special summon like a Dark Arm Dragon. If you're playing against Dark Arm Dragon, they can special summon the Blue Eyes. They can special summon a Dark Magician, of course, yeah, if they want to. A Cyber Dragon, they can special summon that. As long as I have more monsters on the field, which basically I will. So yeah, they can special summon that, yeah. But who's really going to tribute summon? I believe no one really does that much anymore. Unless you're playing a Monarch deck, but who plays Monarchs? Most people don't play it anymore. It's just amazing how I love the Monarchs. It's just an awesome deck. I love it. So then, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll show you a test hands of this deck as well. I'll be speaking to y'all later. Peace.